Hey, what's going on, Z Nation? Zaid here, ZSPN, and welcome to the Lakers post-game show on ZSPN on YouTube. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Miami Heat tonight. Now, guys, before I get into the Lakers' loss against the Miami Heat tonight, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, share my videos all over Facebook, Twitter, all of your social media stuff. And of course, like always, please make sure to like my page on Facebook, ZSPN, and also follow me on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok at ZSPN_sports. Guys, I really do appreciate all the love, support you guys have shown me all across social media and of course on this channel, ZSPN on YouTube. Please be sure to hit that notification bell that's right next to the subscribe button so you'll know when I upload on this channel. Much appreciated. And just the reason I was laughing because I sounded like Kermit the Frog for a second. I don't know why, but I'm still dealing with some throat issues, but hopefully I'll get through this and hopefully we can talk about this disappointing loss for this Lakers team. Obviously, this season has been a disappointment for the Lakers. I mean, that's just the reality of the circumstances when it comes to this Lakers team. They just continue to really disappoint us, and that's the reality of the situation when it comes to the Lakers. They, we can always say that a trade needs to happen. A trade needs to happen, but I think it's more internal. I really think that there's something more to it. I don't think a trade will turn this season around for the Lakers. I really am coming to this realization that the Lakers are just, this is who they are right now. And if they do make a trade, there's a 9 times out of 10 that a team will fleece the Lakers. I really think that the Lakers will any team will fleece the Lakers of just if they want to make a trade to improve themselves, get rid of your future first round picks and we'll make it happen. And that's the sad reality of the situation. That's why, to me, I am still very impressed with the Los Angeles Lakers, Rob Pelinka, of not just pulling the trigger on a trade to get rid of our future first round picks to just find a win now type of situation when it comes to any sort of player out there that could potentially turn the season around for the Lakers. But unfortunately, the Lakers are just so far, they are playing it smart. They are playing it smart when it comes to not making any, drastic changes that will benefit them for the future. I think Jeannie Buss really says it best. I mean, I don't think I'm not exactly quoting her, but she basically says that we have to look for assets or players that will be part of our future for many years to come. And I think those future first round picks are what's valuable for the Lakers if they ever wanted to turn the season around. And I think just the Lakers now, they are playing it smart, and hopefully they could potentially see some trade out there that could be fixable, but at the same time, not really, kills us with the assets or with the future assets that we have for many years to come. So I think the Lakers are just playing it smart. But so far, guys, it's just this is not the Lakers season. It really is. It's just another scenario where the Lakers are just really struggling at this moment, especially when it comes to tonight's game. Let's talk about this Lakers loss tonight, guys. Obviously, let's look at the team stats. Obviously the Miami Heat, we're the better team on the defensive side. And, when it comes to turnovers, the Lakers win it. They honestly win it with 24 turnovers. I mean, think about that. I mean, that is just one of the most disappointing performances when it comes to the Los Angeles Lakers. That's just really sad. 24. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. I mean, come on, you get 24 turnovers. I mean, that's just unbelievable. And let's just be real here. I mean, the Lakers, they're not known for this season as being a turnover team. And that's why I'm so impressed this season that the Lakers are managing their turnovers. But compared to last season, they were honestly one of the worst teams in the NBA when it comes to turnovers. And for some reason, This season the Lakers are doing pretty well when it comes down to that. But now, having said all that, the Lakers game tonight, it was atrocious with those turnovers, and that was honestly the main reason why the Lakers lost this matchup against the Miami Heat. Now, we could also say, the Miami Heat, they got some of their players back. Obviously, Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. So obviously, those players have returned to the Lakers, no, to the Miami Heat, and that was a big factor. And they took that opportunity to just dominate against the Los Angeles Lakers. And when it comes down to it, the Lakers at this moment, they are just not looking good at this moment since Anthony Davis went down with that injury, and it has been atrocious to watch. And you can just tell Anthony Davis not being on the team, the Lakers are just, miserable if Anthony Davis is not playing. And that's just that same cycle that we're seeing from this Lakers team ever since. And it's just nothing but sad to watch. And that's the reality. And I just got a comment here from, welcome to the live stream, Lakers World Order. Thank you for joining me on this live stream, buddy. I really do appreciate it. What's going on with you? I'm doing great. I'm just dealing with some cough. I'm dealing with this cough, and hopefully it can go away soon. But I'm doing good. I'm doing good. But when it comes to the Lakers, I'm not. I'm just disappointed that the Lakers are not to the expectation that we obviously put on the Lakers before the season ever started, being a playoff team. And so far, they're not doing good at this moment, and that can obviously go. What's the word for it? There's a lot of reasons behind why the Lakers are like this. Obviously, not the right team, not the right roster. That was in place for LeBron and Anthony Davis, and being a first-year head coach when it comes to Darvin Ham, he has to deal with this type of roster. That's the that's the only thing that obviously that's on the mindset of all Laker fans when it comes to this Lakers roster, that something needs to change, something needs to better the team to potentially, if they can have a shot at least at the play-in, because I think the Lakers have a fighting chance to fight through the play-in, but when it comes to the playoffs, it's just having a seat in the playoffs. It's just questionable, with a big question mark at this moment when it comes to the Los Angeles Lakers. So, yeah, I'm doing good, and I really appreciate you coming on this live stream. I really do appreciate it. And for some reason, you gave me the advice of clicking on the comments so the comments can appear on the screen, but for some reason, it's just not really working on my end. So, I'm just at this moment, I'm just going to read the comments out loud, and if I say your name, I'm reading your comments. So I really do appreciate you joining me on this live stream. I really do appreciate it. Lakers World Order LLC. And for those of you who are joining me, go subscribe to Lakers World Order. He just has some great content, and he talks about the Los Angeles Lakers with a passion. So please, guys, go check him out. I really do appreciate it. And so, guys, so yeah, I mean, just the Lakers are just doing badly. And I just saw a comment here from Samurai Beast Warrior. Lakers season is over. It's getting there. It's really getting there. Unless the Lakers somehow look for some sort of trade that's a big game changer that somehow changes things. Because so far we are heading into January 2023, and the trade deadline is in February. So by that time, something needs to happen, and Rob Pelinka is on the deadline for him to make some sort of move. But obviously, he's going to listen to the management's upstairs. Obviously, Jeannie Buss and the rest of the crew. So it's all up to them to obviously make a decision. But as I said, and I believe my last year I mentioned it, the Lakers at this moment, they could potentially, somehow just what's the word for it? I think they will honestly just go through this season without making a trade. It really seems that way. I think something will happen, but it will not be a major trade. Something will happen, but I think it will not be the benefit of somehow turning the season around. So that's the reality of the situation when it comes to the Lakers. And the recent report that I saw on Bleacher Report that really surprised me. I should have made a video about it, but obviously I didn't read too much into it until the Lakers started losing a lot of easy winnable games, especially the Charlotte Hornets game, which obviously was a disappointment. I think the Lakers should have won that particular matchup, but I guess they need Anthony Davis more than ever to win games, because obviously LeBron by himself is not really working, and it is the reality of the situation. But obviously, guys, as I was mentioning, I really do appreciate you joining me, guys, on this live stream. I really do appreciate it. But just those turnovers was a killer for the Lakers. 24 turnovers was just very disappointing to really really see when it comes to this Lakers team. So, and this season so far, the Lakers are not really a big turnover team. So, last season they were, but when it comes to this season, it was not that much. I mean, they were averaging around maybe 10 to 12 turnovers a game, but 24 is just ridiculous. This is probably the worst turnover game for the Lakers this season. So it was just so disappointing. And that was the downfall of the Lakers losing tonight against the Miami Heat. That's the reality of the situation, because they shot very well from the three. They shot 36% comparing to the Miami Heat. They shot 31%. So, obviously the Lakers were the better shooting team, surprisingly, in this matchup against the Miami Heat. So, yeah, it is a bit interesting to see that from the Lakers when it comes to their shooting efforts, but it is what it is. So, guys, let's talk about the Lakers stats. And for those of you who are joining me, please comment in this live stream. I really do appreciate it. And once you comment, I will read them. As from Samurai Beast Warrior, no playoffs for the Lakers. They could somehow fight for the play-in, but it's a big question at the moment until Anthony Davis returns. But so far this Lakers team, as it constructed right now without Anthony Davis, it's a big question mark for them to reach the playoffs. And sadly, LeBron obviously made a statement. He said he is not going to miss a postseason. So maybe something will be in the works when it comes to a trade, and LeBron's dedication to reach the playoffs, and that's something that he made a goal last season, but obviously that did not work out. And this season he has a goal of reaching the postseason, and I hope he does, because obviously it will be a big game changer, and for the Lakers to have a goal in mind to reach the playoffs. Now, that's not the Lakers standard. They are a finals or bust type of team. So this is a storied franchise we're talking about when it comes to championships. But sadly, the goal is to win is to reach the playoffs. Excuse me. So that's the reality. And also, Samurai Beast Warrior, Genie Bus, please sell the team. Are we reaching there? Maybe, but it's. There's a lot of talks about it, but once we hear it, once we see the headlines that the Lakers are selling the team, make no mistake, every rich guy out there is going to jump on that opportunity to buy the Los Angeles Lakers, and hopefully it will be someone with money, big time money, like Steve Ballmer, when it comes to this that type of money. When it comes down to it, but so far, Jeannie Buss, she's doing all right. I mean, when it comes to the owner, but when it comes to the people around her, she really needs to really look in the mirror and see who's that she needs to get to obviously see who will be the top guy and hopefully help her manage this team, because so far it is not working out at this moment because of the personnels and the roster, how it was constructed. So yeah, I can also say it could be in the conversation, but we just have to wait and see about that. Lakers will not make the playoffs. Yeah, I understand. I get it as Samurai Beast Warrior. Yeah, I mean, it's the reality. I mean, the playoffs is a bit of a reach, but if the Lakers reach the play-in with the competitive there's a lot of competitive teams that are vying for the play-in. So there's a lot of teams out there that the Lakers could potentially target for the play-in, but sort of remains to be seen of their efforts of how they will play throughout this season if they don't make any moves. Now, I still think they will make moves, but it will not be like a big move. Hopefully not, because Obviously, they don't want to trade their future assets to make a big move. So they're going to look at just the players that they have who are under contract or who are available to trade, like a Patrick Beverly, like a Kendrick Nunn, maybe a Lonnie Walker, those certain guys. So, that could be a possibility that the Lakers will make a small trade that could obviously, you know, help them shooting wise, or just bringing some help for the when it comes to adding a big, which obviously is a big downer when it comes to the Lakers, because obviously most of our roster is just point guards at this moment. So, yeah, I mean, it's a long shot. I think the play-in is more of a likely scenario for the Lakers. But if they continue to lose games like this, then yeah, we will obviously say that the Lakers will not be in the playoffs this time. This time when it comes to them past 2 seasons, they haven't went to the playoffs since. So, and we just have to wait and see about that. Yeah, there's a lot of comments from Samurai Beast Warrior. Thank you for commenting in this live stream. I really do appreciate it. Darvin Ham needs to be fired after the season. I think it's a bit of a stretch. I understand. You're not a stranger to this live stream. I know how you feel about Darvin Ham, and I still want to give him a chance. This is his first year as a head coach, and especially being a head coach for the Los Angeles Lakers. So obviously there's a lot of pressures, but we also need to understand the situation when it comes to Darvin Ham and the roster that's constructed when it comes to what he's dealing with. I still think that it's the Lakers will obviously keep him around for at least another year, because they will have cap space going into next season in 2023. Sorry, in the offseason in 2023. So, that's the reality when it comes down to that. But having said all that, I mean, I still think we have to give, Darvin Ham a bit of a chance here, because I still think he has, a bright future, because, there's some things when it comes to positivity when it comes to Darvin Ham, how he's coaching the team and how he brings that leadership in the locker room. And you can just tell that the players are loving that, especially Russell Westbrook, who obviously, I don't know what Darvin Ham told him, but he is obviously hearing a lot of things from um, from Darvin Ham that obviously changed his whole season when it comes to his second year with the Lakers, and it's working obviously. So something is working, and some of the players are just loving the coaching from Darvin Ham. But we just have to wait and see about that, guys. Hopefully, he just needs to get his experience in. And I think maybe his second year will be much better with a different roster, a better roster for them to obviously, have a fighting chance maybe next season. But, we're still this season. I still think the Lakers have a fighting chance of reaching the play-in. I think the playoffs is a bit of a reach, but, if they go through the play-in and somehow compete, win one first round or whatever you call it, but, we just have to wait and see. And I think LeBron is confident of making that happen. But, it's all sort of depends on the players around him to make that happen as well. So it's a type of personnel that's around, LeBron when it comes to their efforts. But yeah, we just have to wait and see. Maybe it's time for LeBron to retire. He averaged 27 points tonight against his former team. And, he played very well. I had to say, he continuing to, beat Father Time. And, this is LeBron here. I mean, he just is all on a whole different level in his 20th season. I mean, very impressive when it comes to a guy in his 20th season, around 38 years old, for him to, do what he's doing right now is just so impressive. And, we have to give a lot of credit to LeBron James when it comes to his, nutrition and how he just stays healthy. Or no, let me rephrase that. His body staying healthy, and just having that athletic body that just obviously he just takes care of so well. So he puts like millions of dollars on his body to just you know be at the healthiest level that he can. So and in his 20th season, I mean, it's just very impressive. So I still think LeBron has a couple more years left. I still think he wants to play with his son. So in the next 2 years, he wants to make that happen. So we just have to wait and see. And if somehow he diminishes, I think he will have maybe like some sort of way that he will be part of the NBA when his sons play, and just be like, I don't know, part of the bench or just part of the rotation and average around like, I don't know, 5 to 10 points a game. I mean, I'm not sure if he will do that, but I think he's still on a high level when it comes to how he's been playing so far. But we just have to wait and see. I mean, follow time does creep at any moment, but so far it's not creeping up to LeBron anytime soon. Also from you're the main guy that's commenting. So Samurai Beast Warrior, Darvin Ham is another Luke Walton. Um, I think at that particular moment, Luke Walton had a different roster, and we were like in the bottom of the barrel. And I think LeBron in his first year with Luke Walton as the head coach did not really go well. And obviously, we had just the young players that obviously were unexperienced, and obviously a big change happened at that particular moment after once we fired Luke Walton. But obviously, it was a big change because obviously I believe. Oh no, actually, I think he's stuck on, or maybe not. I'm not sure, but things changed after that. We won a championship in 2020, and Anthony Davis was on the team, and we had a much better roster. But so far we have declined ever since, and this is obviously the worst of it, and it's not looking good. And I believe now the Lakers are 14-21. I think the Lakers are, as their record this season. I mean, at this moment, when it comes to record wise, last season's record was much better when it comes to this particular moment in this month of December. So sadly, so it is what it is. So yeah, guys, let's talk about more about this Lakers team in tonight's loss against the Miami Heat. Obviously, I mentioned with LeBron, he had 27 points out there tonight, went 10 of 18 from the field, and managed to give us 2 of 5 from the three, comparing to last night's performance when 0 of 7, which obviously was very disappointing when it comes to LeBron standards. But, it is what it is. He's not known for being an elite shooter. So, on occasion, if he feels comfortable of making the shot go in, it goes in half the time. But obviously, that particular game, it just wasn't working when it comes to LeBron. But, tonight he went 2 of 5 from the three, so very impressive there. Managed to give us 9 rebounds and 6 assists. He gave us 6 turnovers. And like I said, guys, I mean, the downfall of the Lakers was the turnovers. 24 turnovers was very disappointing to watch when it comes to this Lakers team. And they're not known for doing that. So, it's just the reality of the circumstances when it comes to the Lakers. And, this game, when it comes to this turnover, is probably the worst this season when it comes to turnover performances when it comes to certain players out there tonight. And LeBron, surprisingly, he led the Lakers tonight in turnovers, had 6, which was very sad to watch. But overall, he did manage to give us 27 points. I mean, not anything too surprising when it comes to LeBron. So great job out there when it comes to LeBron. Lead the Lakers tonight with 27 points. Dennis Schroeder had a pretty good performance. He had a solid night. He had 15 points out there, went 5 of 10 from the field, 2 of 5 from the three. And, he just, his efforts was just, that's something that we need to see more of, because with Anthony Davis, we need players like Dennis Schroeder, like a Thomas Bryant, and even Russell Westbrook. I mean, those guys, Lonnie Walker, which I will get to him in a bit. And I had to say I was very disappointed of his performance, and also Austin Reeves, but I'll get to him in a bit as well. But having said all that, some of the players try to step up, and in this performance with Dennis Schroeder was a pretty good solid night. He had 15 points out there. I mean, hopefully he can give us more of that, more often once Anthony Davis returns. So that's the hope that we want when it comes to this Lakers team and the circumstances that they are in right now when it comes to this season so far, which has obviously been a disappointment to watch so far. But hopefully they can turn it around. But that's a that's a long shot to hope at this moment when it comes to this Lakers team. So you know, hopefully things start to turn around for the Lakers soon. But we just have to wait and see. Let's see. Thomas Bryant had 11 points out there tonight, went 5 of 6 from the field, and managed to give us 8 rebounds out there tonight. Not one of his best performances, but you know, since Anthony Davis went down with that injury of his, which hopefully he comes back, very soon, a speedy recovery for Anthony Davis. But at the same time, his performance, Thomas Bryant's performance since then was been nothing but sensational to watch. I mean, the guy was averaging around like 15 points a game and giving us 10 rebounds a game. This one in particular was not one of his best, but this is just another opportunity for him to obviously have a bounce back type of game. Comparing to his last game, I mean, obviously he had a much better one, but this one, he had a solid night. He had an okay night. So let's give some credit where credit is due when it comes to Thomas Bryant. So great job out there when it comes to having a solid performance. Then you have Patrick Beverley, who had 6 points, managed to give us went 2 of 5 from the field, and gave us 7 rebounds. So his rebounding was a big help for the Lakers, but at the same time, it was just obviously his efforts was just not enough to help the Lakers out, and it's just very not disappointing, but it's just the expectation should have been much better for Patrick Beverley to really help this team out, but unfortunately, it just wasn't the case. And I just got another comment here from Samurai Beast Warrior. Thank you for commenting on this live stream. I really appreciate it. Darvin Ham needs to play his bigs. We getting killed on the board. Yeah, but yeah, that's the sad reality. I mean, we don't really have a lot of bigs on this roster. That's why I still think a trade is going to happen, but it's going to be surrounded in a trade for adding on another big. But so far, this Lakers team is just are depleted when it comes to bigs, and one of them is Anthony Davis being out, so he was our top big, but unfortunately, the only big out there is Thomas Bryant. I'm not sure why Damian Jones has not been, playing as much, but obviously for many reasons, because he has been poor to watch, and he just hasn't been living up to expectations once we started the season, and when we signed him, there was a lot of expectations around him because a couple of years ago he was pretty solid for the Lakers, and unfortunately, this season he has been a no-show for the Lakers when it comes to helping them on as a big. So obviously, it's been disappointing to watch when it comes to Damian Jones and his second stitch with the Lakers. But unfortunately, it is what it is at this moment. So just Darvin Ham needs to do better when it comes to adding on some better rotations and putting on some just finding some sort of game plan that could obviously, turn things around. But we just have to wait and see about that. I mean, with Anthony Davis being out, I mean, the Lakers basically have a handicap at this moment when it comes to, how to win. And that's the sad reality, because obviously LeBron can't do it all himself. I mean, he needs the help from like I said, players like what's his name? Dennis Schroeder, and then you have Thomas Bryant. I mean, and even Russell Westbrook, he's also trying his best to help the second unit out. I mean, obviously leading the way, but unfortunately, some of them did not step up out there. Let's be honest. I mean, with Russell Westbrook tonight. I mean, hold on, let me get to Lonnie Walker. Lonnie Walker, guys, he had a bad night all across the board. Played for 20 minutes, 0 points, went 0 of 4 from the field, 0 of 4 from the three, and managed to give us 2 rebounds and 1 assist. I mean, that's just poor performance from Lonnie Walker. Probably the worst this season for Lonnie Walker, to be honest with you. I mean, just 0 points alone tells you that this is not the Lonnie Walker that we saw, that he's been electrifying and, being a bit of a game changer when it comes to expectations. And, he has been honestly like the third option for the Los Angeles Lakers before Anthony Davis went down with this injury. And, he was like averaging like 15 to 17 points a game. And, with his athleticism, obviously helps a lot when it comes to the Lakers trying to win games. But unfortunately, this performance was poor all across the board when it comes to Lonnie Walker. And hopefully he'll bounce back from it. But so far lately, he hasn't been really himself, to be honest with you guys. He has not. So hopefully he has a bounce back game very soon. And I think the Lakers have I think they have one game left. It's a Friday's game, December 30th against the Atlanta Hawks. So that could be an opportunity for them to get a win there. What's the record of the Atlanta Hawks? Hold on, let's see. They're 17 and 18. So similar situation with the Miami Heat. They were, I believe, at this with this win, they got 18 of 17. So they were a bad team. I mean, themselves, but obviously the Lakers were the worst ones. So, but hopefully they can get a win there. But sort of remains to be seen, because nothing is intact when it comes to this Lakers team, because obviously we question, will they win or will they not? And judging by the roster, they are capable of winning, but obviously, that sort of depends on the player if they somehow want to step up. But unfortunately, it hasn't been the case so far this season when it comes to certain players trying to step up to help LeBron and Anthony Davis trying to win games. But unfortunately, you know, it's the reality of the situation when it comes to a roster like this. So it is what it is. But Russell Westbrook tonight, guys, off the bench for the second unit, has played very well. He had a great night. Played for 32 minutes, had 15 points out there, went six of 16 from the field. That's not normal performance for somebody like Russell Westbrook, who lately has been attacking the rim so much that obviously we are loving it. But when it comes to that, not really his best. But it is what it is. And then obviously he went 2 of 7 from the three, which obviously was, you know, um, obviously he's not known for being a shooter. And before even beginning of the season, he was obviously shooting very poorly when it comes to his shooting efforts. At one point, he was like 0.8% from the three. And obviously, I'm not sure what Darvin Ham told him or something, but he obviously accepted his role on the team as the second unit, being the sixth man. And obviously, he's been nothing but sensational to watch. And tonight's performance was very impressive. 15 points out there tonight. Had uh, 4 rebounds and 8 assists. Comparing to his last night's game with a triple double out there, was very impressive to watch when it comes to Anthony Davis. So, just a no, excuse me, for Russell Westbrook. So, because I just saw a comment here from Samurai Beast Warrior, AD got to stop getting hurt so much. Yeah, I mean that's the reality of the situation when it comes to Anthony Davis. He is injured prone, so the guy is very fragile when it comes to trying to stay healthy. And there's been times this season that once he went on that amazing monstrous run with him averaging like 30 points a game and like 20 rebounds a game and giving us 5 blocks and 5 steal type of performances. Um, there's been times that he was fighting through injuries in that particular moment, in that particular run. And, that's what I like when it comes to certain players like that. When you fight through injuries, like similar to what, Kobe was. I mean, the guy always, when he's injured, if he fractured a finger, he still plays and, plays for multiple games until he heals up. And obviously, that's not what Anthony Davis is all about. But, there's been times this season that he did play through injuries. And unfortunately, once he got healthy, he literally went on a run and just really stepped up to the plate to help the Lakers out in a big way. So, but he is injured at this moment. Hopefully, he returns to us very soon, and hopefully, he just stays healthy once he returns. Because obviously, this team is nothing without Anthony Davis being on the team, and LeBron is just miserable for not having Anthony Davis on the team, because he has to deal with the roster that he has at this. Or with the teammates that he has at this particular juncture. So hopefully they could, hopefully he can get it, when it comes to Anthony Davis, once he returns very soon, it will be for the better and hopefully turn things around. But, I still think a trade will happen, but, it's just sort of remains to be seen of what it is. So we just have to wait and see. What else? So Russell Westbrook had a solid night, a really good performance, 15 points out there tonight. And then you have Troy Brown Jr., who compared to, I think he had a better. Didn't he had a good performance last night? Uh, yeah, let me check. No, he had similar numbers with Russell Westbrook, but he had 15 points in the last game, in the win against the Magics. But when it comes to tonight's game, he had 14 points. So a solid night for him. It was our shooter for the night. I went 4 of 5 from the three. So very impressive when it comes to his shooting efforts to help the Lakers out, especially for the second unit, bringing that firepower when it comes to his shooting efforts. So great job out there for Troy Brown Jr. Really stepped up to the plate out there tonight. And he was honestly one of our best players, to be honest with you, because he only had one turnover. So a very impressive performance for Troy Brown Jr. So great job out there. And then Wayne Gabriel, who had 10 points out there, shot 1 3. And, guys, he had a good night, really. And hopefully he just keeps it up, because obviously we need him to really step up to the plate when it comes down to it. Because once Anthony Davis returns, he'll be our go-to guy when it comes to adding on another big, because obviously it's been working, and he's been on a roll on the defensive side when it comes down to it. So great job out there when it comes to Wayne Gabriel. But sadly, I don't really care about JTA. Obviously, he has been very poor for us. Similar situation with um, what's his name, Damian Jones. So obviously, he has been nothing but poor to watch, and that's the sad reality, because there was a lot of expectations for him to really lit it up, for him to be a champion with the Warriors. There was a lot of expectations around him to really step up to the plate, but obviously it seemed like he really fell out of rotation when it comes to Darvin Ham's rotation. And since Anthony Davis is out, we're seeing more out of him, more lately, when it comes to the rotation wise. But since then he's been a no show. I sure he gave us 7 rebounds, but the the points really matter when it comes down to it. So yeah, but then Austin Reeves. I have to say Austin Reeves had one of the worst performances this season. Had played for 19 minutes, 0 points, went 0 of 5 from the field, 0 of 4 from the field, oh no, from the three, and managed to give us 4 turnovers. So he had a bad night all across the board. This is not the Austin Reeves that we obviously appreciate and love. And I just really think when it comes down to it, I think he's better suited to be in the starting lineup. I don't know, sub in Patrick Beverly or something, because obviously when he starts for the Lakers, he lits it up. And, it's nothing compared to his last performance against the Magics, where he obviously, had a pretty good night, especially having that connection with LeBron, and with them playing one, next to each other. It really shows that the Lakers obviously wants to win games, and obviously, um, Austin Reeves showed that last night against the Magics, but unfortunately, this night was a disappointment to watch. And it's been overall, really, with those turnovers, was the downfall for the Los Angeles Lakers, was just very sickening to watch. And I just got a comment here from Samurai Beast Warrior. We need Bobo on the Lakers. Bobo is a beast. Yeah, surprisingly, since I think he's on the Magics. At one point, I saw him play with the Denver Nuggets, and we saw a bit of a glimpse when he was at the Nuggets. But now, more than anything, he has been on a roll with the Magic so far. And I'm just looking up his numbers right now. He had when it comes to his size and what he can bring to the table to any team, he can obviously lit it up, give you like, a, so far like if you want to average, he gives us like 12 points a game, and somehow, with his surprisingly, I'm very surprised that he's not rebounding the ball as the guy who's like 7 foot. So that's something that maybe the Lakers could look at when it comes to, trying to find another big. But Bobo could be in the conversation for that. But I think the Magic's really like Bobo, and I think somehow they will potentially give him a lengthy contract. So that could be expected, but sort of remains to be seen when it comes down to it. So, um, Genie Bus needs to trade for him. Yeah, we just have to wait and see. I mean, I think in this particular instance, with if the Lakers don't want to get rid of their assets, when it comes to first round picks, I think Patrick Beverly and package a Kendrick Nunn in a trade to get Bobo could be a possibility. But I think Bobo's contract is a bit low. I think last time I checked, I think I can't really there's doesn't show how much he's making, but when it comes down to it, actually I can look it up right here. Oh no, I can't see it. But obviously Bobo has been sensational to watch. A guy has been on a roll, and I won't be surprised if he gets the improved player of the game of the year. I mean, the guy has been nothing but sensational to watch, and I think he's just like his dad. I mean, the guy obviously will obviously dominate in this in the NBA very soon if he just keeps up this type of performance that he's been putting up, giving us like 12 points a game and 7 rebounds a game. I mean, he's been, and surprisingly, he's shooting. He shoots for a guy who's 7 foot. He can shoot. I mean, I'm seeing like his averages. He shot like overall this season 41% from the three. So if the Lakers are looking for a big who can shoot, look at Bobo, and maybe obviously Rob or Genie Bus needs to look at that to potentially make it happen. But sort of remains to be seen at this moment when it comes down to that. But that could be an option. Bobo coming to the Lakers. I mean, we just have to wait and see about that. So yeah, guys. Yeah, I mean, I said the gist of it. The Lakers. You know, they lost against the Miami Heat, and it just did not go well whatsoever. And the downfall was those turnovers. 24 turnovers was very disappointing to watch when it comes to this Lakers team. And, they are not known this season for being a turnover team. They were last season, but obviously, this season, they were obviously, they're not known for turning over the ball this season. So, yeah, guys, when it comes down to it, it was disappointing to watch from this Lakers team. Hopefully, they can try to turn things around on Friday. Hopefully, they can get a win against the Atlanta Hawks. But sort of remains to be seen in that particular matchup. But we just have to wait and see. And once we hit Monday in the new year, January 2nd, the Lakers will be facing the Charlotte Hornets, which I hope they get a revenge win. That should be a guarantee win in the first year of 2023 for the Lakers to get a win against the Charlotte Hornets on January 2nd. So that's a goal that I hope the Lakers will achieve. But we just have to wait and see. So thank you all for joining me on this live stream. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, Lakers World Order, for the comment. I really do appreciate it. Very kind of you for just to ask about me. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you're doing well. So thank you, and thank you again for the advice when it comes to the comments here. But so far, I didn't find a way to do it, but I'm reading them, so hopefully you guys can hear them. And then Samurai Beast Warrior, you were just killing it. You were killing it in this live stream. Thank you for commenting in this live stream. Very good, productive talks. Samurai Beast Warrior, thank you again. And thank you once again, Lakers World Order. And for those of you, please go subscribe to Lakers World Order. The guy really knows his Lakers talk. So go check him out. And thank you all for joining me in this live stream. I really do appreciate it. Like, subscribe to the channel. And of course, like me all across social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at ZSPN. And, let's just hope the Lakers could potentially turn things around on Friday, get a win against the Atlanta Hawks, hopefully. But, sort of remains to be seen. And, hopefully we can go into a new year in 2023 that the Lakers could potentially turn this season around. But that all has to do with the Lakers management to make that happen. And or some of the players currently on the roster could potentially turn this season around. But, we just have to wait and see. waiting to see about that. So thank you all for joining me on this live stream. Like, subscribe to the channel. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe out there.